Governor Sanwo-Olu launches Eco Cares initiative, targets over 500,000 Lagos households for food parks. President Tinubu approves consumer credit scheme takeoff. On the foreign scene, United States demands transparent investigation into mass graves in Gaza. And in sport, Nigeria wins International Cricket Council's award. Now the details. I am Dele Agadumo. Over 500,000 households are to benefit from packaged food items as Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu launched his administration's social intervention program in transportation, health and agriculture, tagged Eco Cares. The initiative is a comprehensive response of the state government to the temporary hardship occasioned by the global economic crisis, supervised by the Special Dispensation Advisory Committee on Social Interventions, an 11-man non-partisan body set up to advise the government on the various initiatives lined up to help the poor weather the storm. Speaking at the launch, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu noted that his administration's palliatives have touched the lives of residents in the area of public transportation, health, the public service and foodstuffs items sold at the Onje-Ko Sunday markets.
To assure you once again that when governments to make life better, when governments to provide the support that is required, when governments provide security of life and property, and to be an activator to ensure that you can live a decent life. You can live a decent life. And that's what we want to promise you and assure you again today.
Earlier in his welcome address, Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Benga Motosho, emphasized that Eco Cares is an aggregate of all the measures designed to ease the pain of vulnerable citizens who have no one else to turn to for succor.
Thank you, Mr. Governor, for making this happen. Thank you for the distance given to the transportation and agricultural sectors to make life bearable for Lagosians in the face of this economic hardship. Thank you for the free medical benefit to our families. And thank you for staying the course of empathy, which is the hallmark of leadership.
Our correspondent Adiola Akindele reports that Onje-Ko, an integral part of Eco Cares initiative, has already kicked off across the state with 25% discount on some food items like beans, rice, gari, including eggs, tomatoes, onions, among others, while free medical outreach will commence next week in 3 senatorial districts of the state. The Lagos State government has announced plans to ensure that everyone gets access to the right medical treatment and affordable healthcare services without discrimination on physical health challenges. Secretary of the State Government, Abimbola Saluhude, stated this during the quarterly meeting with the secretaries of the local government and local council development areas, Scribe 57. Saluhude said the present administration is ready to ensure that no one is left behind for the progress and development of local government areas and the state in general. She urged the secretaries from the various local governments to work diligently, as they are the engine rooms of their councils, to fully realize the Themes Plus developmental agenda of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's administration.
Of disabilities, not just physical. As you see them, a lot of them have abilities in them. So we should not lose them. The society appreciates them, and we want them to also live a healthy life. And that's why we need to find instructors who will be at the hospitals to say, okay, this is a problem with him. Ask him, when you took the medication, did it work? Be able to communicate between the doctor and the patient. It is very important. Inclusivity, we must carry them along. Nobody, by virtue of physical disability or any disability, will be left behind in this government. That is Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu's policy, and that is his word to Lagosians.
Speaking on behalf of Scribe 57, the Secretary of Ikeja Local Government, Hakeem Dauda, promises to support the state government in whatever decisions have been implemented to achieve a greater Lagos.
To go back home and work on the data, because that's the foundation of any policy, in any organization. So we're getting data ready by Thursday, and after the data, we also need to help ourselves to identify area of concern on how can we help this, physically challenged, specifically the deaf and dumb, because that's the area of focus for now.
The issue of drug abuse and how it can be reduced drastically in the state and country at large was also discussed. Corps Marshal of the Federal Road Safety Corps, FRSC, Dele Agadumo, has proposed jail terms for drivers responsible for road accidents. Bill made the proposition in response to recent avoidable crashes in Oyo, Kano, and Kaduna states. Speaking at a press conference in Abuja, he stated that the FRSC had urged all state governments to prosecute drivers for violating road laws, stressing the need for stringent penalties, including jail terms without the option of fines, to deter reckless driving. The Corps Marshal noted that the FRSC is intensifying collaboration with the judiciary across the 36 states to expedite the trial of drivers involved in road accidents. Delta State Governor Sheriff Oborewori has inaugurated a committee to see to the resettlement of the displaced people of Okwama community in Uweli South local government area of the state. Residents had fled the community to take refuge in the bush after the military moved in following the killing of 17 soldiers by hoodlums on March 14. Governor Oborewori said the internally displaced persons management committee is to bring succor to the people. Inaugurating the committee at Government House, Asaba, the governor stressed the need to resettle and rehabilitate the innocent citizens who bore the brunt of this crisis. Now to the rest of the stories. President Bola Tinubu has approved the take-off of the first phase of the Consumer Credit Scheme to facilitate the purchase of houses and cars by working Nigerians. In a statement, presidential spokesman Jerry Ngelale said the Consumer Credit Scheme will enhance the quality of life of citizens by allowing them to access goods and services upfront, paying responsibly over time. Ngelale said, in line with the president's directive to expand consumer credit access to Nigerians, the Nigerian Consumer Credit Corporation, Credit Corps, has launched a portal for Nigerians to express interest in receiving consumer credit. He said working Nigerians interested in receiving consumer credit can visit Credit Corps' website to express interest before the deadline of May 15, adding that the scheme will be rolled out in phases, starting with members of the civil service and cascading to members of the public. The federal government, through the Ministry of Solid Minerals Development, has revoked 924 dormant mineral licenses. Minister of Solid Development Minerals Dele Agadumo said the revoked licenses include 528 exploration licenses, 20 mining leases, 101 quarry licenses, and 273 small-scale mining licenses. The ministry revoked 1,633 mineral titles previously given to non-compliant mining companies last November. Agadumo promised to clean up the solid mineral sector for international competitiveness and urged all stakeholders who have acted wrongly in the sector to turn a new leaf. Today is the International Girls in Information and Communication Technologies Day. Although women now fill 40% of high-skill occupations globally, their participation in ICT-related fields continues to be low. Women are nearly absent from software development, engineering, technology research, academia, as well as at the highest levels of policymaking, and they also tend to leave science and technology jobs at higher rates than men. This year's theme for the Girls in ICT Day celebrations is leadership, to underscore the critical need for strong female role models in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, STEM careers. The theme also aims to address these challenges, encouraging empowerment and leadership development for a more equitable future in STEM. Now to foreign news, the White House says it wants answers from Israeli authorities after the discovery of mass graves in Gaza hospitals destroyed in Israeli sieges. More than 300 bodies of people allegedly killed and buried by Israeli forces at Nasser Hospital in Khan Yunis have been recovered, while other graves at Al-Shifa Hospital in northern Israel were also located. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan told reporters that the United States wants to see this thoroughly and transparently investigated. Responding, Israeli army spokesman Nadav Shoshani said the graves at Nasser were dug by Gazans a few months ago. It would interest you to know that hospitals which have protection under international law have repeatedly come under Israeli bombardment during more than 6 months of war in Gaza. Now, sport, Nigeria has emerged winner of the International Cricket Council ICC's Initiative of the Year 2023 in Africa with the PwC National Under-17 Championship, which has run for 5 years. The country was among the 21 nations celebrated by the ICC following another groundbreaking effort on and off the field in the year under review. ICC, in a statement, said the award recognizes the outstanding development initiative delivered during the year, and regional winners include Nigeria Cricket Federation, whose Under-17 Cricket Championship continues to provide competitive playing opportunities for boys and girls across the country. It said Nigeria and other regional winners from other continents will now be put forward for voting to determine the global awardees in each category. Meanwhile, Nigeria Cricket Federation President Uyi Akbata said the award could not have come at a better time as it celebrates the power of collaboration. And that is our news at 10. Just before we go, your vehicle is not a strong room. Please keep your valuables off the view of miscreants. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms: X, Traffic Radio 961, Instagram, Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website at trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration organized a forum for women across the 57 local government and local council development areas in the state with a view to enhancing their productivity and economic growth? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news, are the highlights of the major stories. Over 500,000 households are to benefit from packaged food items as Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu launched his administration's social intervention program in transportation, health and agriculture tagged Eco Cares. President Bola Tinubu has approved the take-off of the first phase of the Consumer Credit Scheme to facilitate the purchase of houses and cars for working Nigerians. We also told you that the White House had demanded answers from Israeli authorities after the discovery of mass graves at Gaza hospitals destroyed in Israeli sieges. And in sport, Nigeria has emerged winner of the International Cricket Council ICC's Initiative of the Year 2023 in Africa, with the PwC National Under-17 Championship, which has run for 5 years. For contact at the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That ends the news broadcast compiled by Adewale Oluborogu. I am Dele Agadumo. Good morning. Thank you for listening.